If you guys had the opportunity, if planets collided and suddenly you were the guy calling the shots in the NBA, you were the commissioner, you were king for a day, what do you change?
You know, I despise the zone defense. I think it's taken so much away from the game. You know, from when we first came into the league, you guard your man. And if you couldn't guard your man, you couldn't guard a superstar. That's what made the game so beautiful. You send a double team, and then the ball rotated. I know they understand. They say the ball was sticking and not movement, but that was part of the game. I think they've changed the game so much, European style, that it's taken away the big man. And I think also it's taken away the open shot, the corner three when it was a swing. And that was the beauty of basketball. I do not like the zone defense. If you can't guard your man, you just can't play, or you go get help.
We'll go right down the order here. Reggie.
Well, I don't know if this would be a rule change, but, you know, looking at that piece, our officials take so much heat, especially come playoff time. They're always getting, you know, talking about, you know, possibly payoffs, and they call things differently on the road and so forth. There's 3 officials now, and I know there's a 4th in the locker room. I would bring that official out and have him sit at the table and watch the game on a monitor. And I would love, just like in football, I know this might put on another 5 minutes or so, but let the coaches have 2 challenges on certain plays to be able to, at the next dead ball, be able to ask the official who's monitoring the game to communicate to the on-the-court officials to try to correct the game so people can stop conspiracy theories in our game.
Is the replay as it's used right now not enough for you when they go to the monitor?
You can never have too many eyes on a game. I mean, you look at...
Well, what's challengeable?
At the end of the day, they always get the call correct. Look, we know we travel in our game, but they never call it. So how about having an official there to say that's traveling?
Stop the game and just, like, at the next break,
at the next
that was a travel.
Look, I know it's going to add on, but baseball games are 5 hours. Football games are 2.5, 3 hours. But let's make sure we get it right.
That's 1-1. One good idea, one bad idea.
That's right. I'm commissioner. Yeah. I want more eyes. Look, you're the main one talking about officials come playoff time. So how about bring another official out there to watch the monitor?
Why can't you
checks and balances?
Just do a better job of calling the game. I don't think you can replay. What do you use your challenges on? Do you do a challenge on a loose ball? You challenge on a travel? I mean, I think it brings too much into the...
You could challenge on a call. I mean, there's times when Shaq may have gotten an offensive foul when they thought he went into someone's chest, when maybe he didn't. We all flop. I'm the biggest flopper probably in the history of the league.
But then how if 3 baskets were made after that, and then you're challenging it late?
They go back now, don't they?
Oh, but
on a dead ball?
That was a travel 2 minutes ago. Let's take away those 2 buckets because they happened after the travel. I don't know. I think it gets confusing for all of us.
That's why you're not going to be commissioner.
If I was commissioner, kind of what both of these guys touched on, I'd just take anything subjective out of the game. So the charge is something that there's not a definite rule on. They try to make, okay, if you put your feet outside, it kind of hides the defender. And in the NBA, to me, the charge rule I would totally take out.
You would have no charges in the NBA. You just let guys run over people.
Hey, this is the NBA. This is it. Can I explain?
I can play another 10 years.
I
can play another 10 years.
No.
Shaq, how many points would you have if you didn't rule?
60,000. No. But this is the thing. This is the thing I really want to say, because I agree with what you're saying. Maybe pull a ref in or maybe do the zone. But I played against Shaq. And so, if Shaq comes down and gives you a bow,
that's not
and it's not but I've been in this game, and he gave me a bow. I go back, he dunks. It's not a charge. I come right back, and I just go like this to Robert Horry, and it's a charge. It has to be the same thing every time.
What is this, rollerball?
No. I'm just saying. I just wish it was a way.
So bad now, is it, huh?
I wish it was a way. I wish it was a way to make sure. I'm done. I don't want to be me. I'm just like, hey, it's no charges, or the final will even more.
Just say, one thing you wouldn't have to replay. One thing you wouldn't have to replay is, was that a charge?
Thank you. There you go. I was actually on your side.
I never thought I'd say this, but Commissioner Barkley.
Oh, my God.
I want to apologize, Reggie.
Let me take the charge out the game. Guess what you're going to say. The game is just fine.
No, I would make players stay in college at least 2 years. You know, one of the things that really hurt our game for a while was high school players coming to the NBA, and now guys only coming after 1 year. 2 years, I can live with 2 years. I would do that. I'd make kids have to go to college for 2 years.
Why, Chuck? Why 2?
Well, because as a player, I think your first year is new for you, obviously, and I think after the second year, you're a good enough player. You learned how to play the game a little bit because you played against men more than 30 games. You played against men for 2 seasons, and you should have gotten stronger. So I really, 3, I think it's a stretch. If I could get 2, I would be really happy with that.
Jet.
I would probably, during playoff times, I wouldn't have East and West. I just want the best 12 teams or 18 teams in the NBA, or 16 teams rather. I want the best 16 teams in it, regardless of where they are, East or West. And I would pair up. I would want a true champion at the end. I wouldn't care if the Lakers played the Kings in the championship game. I would want the 2 best teams because the casual fans aren't rooting for East and West. They're rooting for the 2. They're rooting for Sacramento. Or they're rooting for.
So, for instance, if
LA.
the Knicks, for instance, and you would like this, had the #1 seed and it was the Lakers and the number 16 seed, that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. That is okay.
But that's the problem with your suggestion. It wouldn't be feasible from I mean, come on, it would be. The Knicks would play the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs, and they'll be going across the country to play a 7-game series.
Well, that's how the cookie crumbles, but I'm going to get the best 2 teams at the end.
Actually, they do that already.
No, you get the best from the East, and you get the best from the West. But I'm sure that last year, the Western Conference might have had 2 teams in there the way it went. Miami Heat might not have been the second best team in basketball.
Whatever. No, I see what you say, but I think.
But you think the Miami Heat was the second best team in basketball? And do you think that people were rooting for let's go East? They weren't. They weren't going let's go East. They were just rooting for either Miami to win or Dallas to win, and they didn't care regardless of what. Most people don't even know that the Miami Heat were.
You want to, like college, NCAA, just put in a bracket?
Just put them out. Let's roll. Just like the NCAA. You got to play in Utah sometime. You got to go across the country. You're the number 1 seed in the country.
Like I said, Reggie, I apologize.
I'm going to agree with Chuck. 2 years would be great. 3 years would be even better, but I don't think it'll ever happen. But I'm going to disagree with Steve. I think when the league added the zone 10 years ago, I think it actually opened up the game. It made people put smaller lineups on the floor, maybe put more skill guys, more shooters. I would actually go a step further and eliminate the defensive 3-second rule, where you can play whatever defense you want. I mean, basketball, worldwide, it's basketball. If you want to play a zone, well, then it's up to the other team to figure out how to score against it.
Well, one of the reasons why is I think that's what separated pros from college to high school. You know, you play man-to-man. I think that's what puts you to the next level. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It opened up the game. But I think it took away stars.
My problem, though, was when with that illegal defense rule, teams used to just park Greg Ostertag way up here, so Shaq used to have to go up and stand on the corner. They were all these kind of weird. To me, it's basketball. You gotta figure it out if you're the coach.
You remember in the finals? I was totally shocked between Game 1 and Game 6 how the Miami Heat struggled against the zone. I was like, and I actually think the zone is the easiest defense to play against.
Right.
But to watch the Miami Heat struggle against the zone from Game 1 to Game 6, I'm sitting at home screaming at the television like, are you kidding me?
But Chuck,
I was like, yo, they should have just had
the
no
zone
charges.
hides.
But no, the Miami Heat, I'm saying the Heat.
Maybe some of us need to be hidden.
But that's why you shouldn't be a pro. You know what I mean? I just think you cannot. If you can't guard your guy, it's okay. Back in the day, you just have to go double team.
I would probably be the most unorthodox owner here. What I would do is add a penalty box at the end of the game. The guys that want to fight got to get in the penalty box. And I think that would eliminate most of the fake tough guys that we have around the league.
So how would the penalty box work?
Just like in hockey, you got to fight.
You got to fight to get
They
in
put
it?
him in the penalty box after they fight.
So you saying fight in the
Well,
box?
I don't watch hockey, so I don't really. But all I know is
really?
Listen, all I know is when I watch the highlights. When I watch the highlights, I see them fight, and they say they was in the penalty, but I don't know nothing about that.
Reggie, I apologize.
You've heard it here on Open Court, a league with a wide open playoff system.
Without question.
No geography
No charges,
into
baby.
that. No charges. A penalty box. Who knows?
More reps, Ernie.
Has it really?
Challenging is
4 hour game.
Challenging our game.
And unlimited replays. Ooh, I love this game.